Alright, welcome back to another episode of Rod Talk. So today, it will be the E7015 I recently got. And I will settle down with the camera right over here. Get up on the stool so I can position it. It's like on a slide, isn't it? Whatever, works good enough. There's that. Champion Welding Products Welding Electrode E7015-C2L lot number L40510 ASME SFA5.5 AWS A5.5. Unsure when these were manufactured. Shoreway Industrial Park 7619 Detour Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. Here's the vacuum hiss. You know what? That's okay. I got pliers. Supposedly. Carefully. I'll leave a link in the description to where I got these on eBay. Last I sold, there was one can left, and then I found one other website where I could get them. They were like, I think that might have been an overseas thing. I don't know. But anywhere I can find a link to it. Come on. 1/8 inch diameter. There we go. It's probably reversing the camera, isn't it? Champion 7015. See what these can do. You know, I'm really, oh my word. You know what? I feel kind of stupid. I'm going to have to do part 2 to this where I explain the specifics of the 7015, its flux composition, what it's used for, and all that fun stuff. Because, for some reason, I forgot to do my research on this ahead of time, which I really should have done to be informative of this video. But since I've literally already unsealed the can, which I feel is part of the essential completion of opening the rods, I will make that a second part. Not that I haven't done that before. I shall put the can over here. And it's hot in here. Ventilation fan will no doubt come on before too long here. Get out about 4 rods. Stick them over here, my little toolbox thingy. Welder's already on. Look a lot like a 7018. Running about, this is the DCEP right now, I believe. Because the stinger is coming out on the positive. Direct current electrode positive. And we're about 117 amps. Put it on the weld mode. Okay, we're in frame, that's good. Grab my stinger and see what it can do in the flat position. It's a flat stringer bead. I have money over some sort of old bead here. I think that was when I tried to do overhead with this unmarked rod. A little sputtery at first. Looks nice. what? I don't know if I just heat that up a little bit more, bring up the heat. That looks a lot like a very tight-knit 60-10 stack. I mean, that probably looks a little ridiculous, but just the way it looks. It has a lot of those... What is the proper word for this? There's little tiny ridges in it where the weld metal dispensed off the electrode. Probably a lawnmower outside. Oh, it's a push mower, okay. Let's try that weave. I kind of like that here, the way it looks. Got the frame. Ah, come on. Much like the 6022, I felt I didn't do it justice, hence why I am going to use second color. Gone out later to get the part for those rock sliders. Time for the fan. I have to speak louder. So there's, it's got a lot of slag on it, should have chipped off. There's the weave. Oh my word. Whatever, those helmets and sandals were, I didn't want to use them anyway. That's the weave, 7015 weave on DCEP. I'm gonna get that out of the way. I have to run it through the other paces and positions, but then I'm gonna switch leads around and see what the difference is. If that makes much of a change. That or switch the things, try out yet. Thing is, if I did something like, I'll probably end up doing my own review on the run-of-the-mill rods, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to do near as good as the professionals who got to bumping this thing, don't I? Years and years of experience doing it, where they can like put 15 minutes into one rod and they can all be technical data. I could, I suppose, if I really tried. Stingers around my foot. Vertical up. 117 amps, got stuck. Come on. That's these boom nuts, keep going. That's interesting. So right there is a vertical up weave of 7015. It doesn't look real pretty and uniform like a normal weave, I guess. I'm thinking like 7018, and it's getting hot. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't. Oh look, I got a hook stuck to the washer. Keep bumping this with my helmet. Stop hitting it with the helmet. Do I still have a view? How long has that metal bar been in the way? Okay, that's better, I think. Right? Hands down here? Okay. Hot here, my game room go. Oh man. One thing I know about 7015s though is they were developed in the 1940s. Woo! I'm just going to do horizontal stringer and weave across this 1/4-inch plate have here the backer on the groove. Bruh. I'm not saying I can't use that, but I can't wait for winter. Disgusting. Looks nice. It reminds me kind of the Blue Max rods. The way the bead looks. One of those stainless rods, but has a similar bead look to it. That's a stringer, horizontal. Get back in there before it burns the gloves. Ah, you can see the smoke. There we go. I suppose I could always bring the phone down. Oh my word. Let's try a weave horizontal. No, I'm not really sure. No, I probably did do weave horizontal. But from what I remember, I did mostly just stringer in the horizontal. Like the 120 windy lap joint and such. Oh well. I have my task list run through some of it. Let that slag cool for a second. Make sure everything's still lined up with the camera. It appears it is. Oh man. this stuff, that slag is stubborn. Wow. It's just a thin coating. I don't have my wire wheel rigged up on my grinder right now. Okay, who am I kidding? Let's just bring this down here. Hopefully it's not making everything upside down. If it is, that is my fault. And with my shaky hand, like it always is, brace it with my elbow, and that is, come on, focus, or don't. That's the horizontal weave with 7015. Still got slag stuck to the surface that for some reason is incredibly hard to remove. Oh boy. Okay. Drop this thing down and run an overhead right there between those lines. Overhead stringer. See what that looks like. And I guess I could do an overhead weave in between those two. Utilize every bit of space possible though. I know you won't see this from that angle, so I'll have to show you what happens. Okay, first up, stringer overhead E7015, 117 amps. It sticks! No! Where it sticks? Where's my line? Pliers, cut the bare wire off, popped it out. This is, well, they're old, so what can I expect? Come on. Stop sticking with stick started. Stop sticking. Ow! Butternut squash. Weed. You know what? Part of life. Stringer's done. Whenever I was in the shop, I had a full table where I could stand up and had an adjustable pipe rig. I could raise and lower with a lever. You hand tighten with the screw. And so you could stand there and weld overhead. And I don't have that here on this table. Perhaps someday I will, or in a better situation. But kneeling on the floor isn't quite the same. Not like that isn't utilized in some industrial situations where you have to do that. It'll work. let's look at the assessment. Take an assessment at the look, what have you. Woo. I wasn't in a very good position to do overhead. I'm sure I could have done better than that. It looks awful. It's getting dehydrated, wasn't it? If we want to do the D11 test with our 1-inch thick plates, overhead and vertical, what we did, certified Z4 unlimited thickness, was originally going to be, or at least as we learned, and we're taught in class, there are 5 hours, overhead, vertical, no power tools, and we got it off really easy. We got to use grinder, and we had all day to do it. Which, yes, as I said, prepare for the worst, so whenever you don't, you know, whenever it happens like that, it's like, hey, this is easy. We did all this work, prepared for the worst, and now it's not near for what we thought. Now, I'm disappointed in the way that ran overhead. That, and that was the overhead stringer bead, which started out pretty decent. My hand's shaking again, right? Whew! And that was the weave. That looks awful. Now the stringer bead overhead started out pretty good, but I didn't end it well. So there's proof it can do well in overhead. Oh, it's 23 minutes, oh my goodness. I mean, that's not really unusual if I do say so myself, but I'm going to switch leads and see what difference it makes. No. That was more like around 114 amps. I'm sure it was 117. Had it come back. It was really cold, no wonder. We're in DCEM now. It's going to flat beat. I might redo that overhead. I didn't feel satisfied with that one. That in frame? Yes, it is. I feel like it ran better on DCE2. We gotta find out. Again. If you just saw that comparison, swap leads real quick and do another run. DCE2. Maybe it's just me, but I swear this one works better. Maybe I was just pre-condensed. Tip it hammer. Oh my gosh, I didn't talk to the camera. Alright, that is let me get a pointer. Spider. That's DCEN. Had the stinger lead, and then negative port, that's DCEP. Come on, focus. There we go, there we go. And it's gone. Maybe go back and pause that frame. Yeah, there we go. That one, maybe it's just my running speed, but that one seemed to run more flat and even. This one seemed to have a little bit more of a sputter to it. Hopefully before it hits the half-hour mark, I'm going to try one more take at that overhead. I don't feel I did that justice. Neither did my positioning of it, but hey. Get my leather jacket and apron and everything to lay on the floor. But I'm not gonna. Better. Now it's better. Can I do a weave? God. I get sliding through and you're there riding over an old bead. It's almost like a different sliding through them. Well, it's not going like it's pretty here. At least I did the stringer bead justice in the overhead. It looks better than last time. Better. Practice makes perfect. Can't get everything on the first shot, or the second, sometimes in the third, or the fourth, or the fifth. So I learned in welding class, you got to do over and over and over and over to learn stuff. Never one shot. Not usually. And we're hitting the half-hour mark, which is going to split the video into two parts. No, it didn't. That's surprising. It did it last time. So that's... Focus, focus. That's my overhead stringer bead, take 2. Filming with the potato. It's like, come on, stop the shaking. Ooh, that's hot. My bad. But that's the weave. Everybody do the weave. The weave looks better if you can decipher that. And the stringer definitely looks better. You know what, this looks like I make it. Oh, I hate this camera. There, yay! Makes it looks almost like a dime stack. I feel like this rod would dime stack fairly well. Doesn't hurt to try. One of these days I'm gonna do it professionally. the rod. I'll run it next to my spare bead. Dyna stack it. There's normally a 60 to this rod thing. But I could be wrong. They learn new things every day. Ever expanding that database of knowledge. That's a good thing. And it stopped on me, but that's okay. Always willing to take pointers. When I'm out in the field, if that's where I get to be, I'll definitely have to take some. Look back in the tool in you, that's a great place for information. Never mind, I'm trying to speed tip. That doesn't look half bad. A few slag particulates left. But that aside, I should have got my flashlight in here. More lighting often helps contrast the welds.